real English.
The rain in Spain is mainly in the plain.
Live from the WHBC Broadcast Center. Find out more about area businesses, agencies, and events.
It's what's going on right now.
This is Spotlight.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Spotlight this Wednesday morning, beautiful Wednesday morning. I'm Pam Cook on 1480 WHBC. Don't forget, you can watch us live on Facebook right this very moment if you would like to do that. And if you would like to check out the whole entire video, it'll live on Facebook as well. So you can go back and share it or check it out if you want to do that. Today, we're going to be talking about the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition and a big event they have coming up this Saturday. So I want to welcome in the folks from the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition. And we have Dan and Dominic and Emily with us this morning. And I decided I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves, and then you can each tell me a little bit about yourself and how long you have been with the coalition. Dan, I'm going to start with you because you're the veteran, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So my name is Dan Rice. I am the president and chief executive officer of the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition, and I've had the honor and privilege of working on this project for over 31 years. I was the first employee hired back in 1994, and it's just been an amazing experience working with all of our partners in Stark County, Tuscarawas County, Summit, and Cuyahoga County. So thank you so much for having us on today, Pam. We really appreciate it. We've got a great story and a great team here.
Yeah, I love this. And it's always great to have you guys on. I appreciate you making some time for us. All right, let's go to Dominic. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Dominic.
Yeah, so I joined the team earlier this year. I recently graduated from the University of Mount Union in May. So I've been working part-time with the organization. I started in January and then worked part-time through graduation in early May. And then I started full-time as the event coordinator, working on a couple of our fundraising events, one being this weekend, Bike and Brew.
What drew you to this? What made you feel like this was a place that you wanted to be?
It was just a great opportunity. I had a connection with the organization. One of my professors at the University of Mount Union who taught an event coordinator class that was one of my favorite classes, and she could see my interest in the career, and she saw an opening. She guided me towards the organization, and I came in and I loved it, and I'm happy to be here.
I was going to say, this is a fun one. This is definitely a fun one. And Emily, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Emily Delay. I'm a development manager here at the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition. I'm in year 4 with the organization. I've been here since 2021. I started out very similarly as an intern from the University of Mount Union. Same professor that guided me here to the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition. My professor has a great connection with Dan, and she knew that I'd be a good fit here. So then I became an event coordinator after that, and since I've moved up to a development manager here.
Dan, I think you owe, some recruiting, funding to this professor, right?
Absolutely, Pam. We have a very strong Mount Union, Stark County connection. Dr. Andrea Ferraro, she is absolutely amazing. She does, connect us with some outstanding students, and we could not be more proud of both Emily and Dominic. They're a great example of the quality of young people here in Northeast Ohio. And then, of course, as you know, Pam, there's a real strong connection to Congressman Ralph and Mary Regula because Mr. Regula, they met at Mount Union.
Yeah.
And of course, you have the Congressman Ralph Regula Center at Mount Union. So we're just really carrying on the tradition that Congressman Ralph and Mary Regula started many, many years ago.
So before we get to this weekend's event, maybe Dan, you want to talk a little bit about the coalition itself and some of the, how this all came about.
Absolutely. And as I previously stated, it really does start with Congressman Ralph and Mary Regula and Ralph Simpson, because they had this idea, this dream in the 1960s of saving the Ohio and Erie Canal in the Towpath Trail. They literally were incredibly visionary. They saw what we are experiencing today of having, 2.5 million hikers and bicyclists, walking along the Ohio and Erie Canal, learning about the history of this great transportation resource, looking at turtles and blue herons, or maybe just exercising, maybe taking a mental health break from a family situation or a work situation. So in the 1960s, they had this dream of saving the canal. And through Mr. Regula's career, as well as Mary Regula's amazing public service, they continued to advocate for the Ohio and Erie Canal and preserving it. And as Mr. Regula rose through the ranks at the state level and the national level, he was very instrumental in saving the canal lands in Stark County, and then ultimately writing the legislation for the Ohio and Erie Canalway National Heritage Area that passed in 1996. And if it wasn't for their incredible passion and dedication, we would have none of this. This incredible resource that's really going to be here for generations. And so we're just honored and privileged to be able to work on this project. And so we're a nonprofit organization. We're headquartered here in Akron, Ohio, right in the center of the Ohio and Erie Canalway that runs from Cleveland down to New Philadelphia, a distance of 101 miles. And as a nonprofit organization, we work with over 150 different public-private partnerships, providing technical assistance and support, helping communities build trails, design trails, maintain them, activate public spaces, preserve historic buildings, and also put on educational programs and conserve natural areas. And we do this in partnership with all of our partners, and we provide all sorts of levels of technical assistance and support. We can help with fundraising, for instance. We can help with volunteer management, project management, but we do it really in service of all of our partners. And in addition to that, we do a lot of programming, whether it's our canoeing events or our canal cleanups or our fishing derby or many of our bicycling events, like our Bike and Brew event. Our goal really is to raise awareness and cultivate new stewards for the Ohio and Erie Canalway, because that's really what we're focused on, is how can we maintain this amazing resource and continue to develop and activate it at a very high level. And so we're very grateful for all of our sponsors and foundation supporters. We work with anybody along the Ohio and Erie Canalway. We commonly say that if you've got a pulse in Northeast Ohio, we want to talk with you. And we've been really grateful to have a tremendous amount of support throughout the region for many, many individuals and companies.
I would venture to say that some of the listeners and maybe viewers of the video here and viewing us on Facebook also don't realize how long it is, that it goes all the way up to Cleveland. They think it's, just a part of Stark County and maybe into Tuscarawas County, that kind of thing. It probably is very surprising to some.
It probably can be, because sometimes folks maybe tend to experience the towpath trail in a certain section. So maybe they just focus on the Canal Fulton to Clinton area, or maybe it's Massillon to Navarre, or maybe the Akron area and going up to the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. And that's, a really good point, Pam, because that's another one of our core values, is how can we encourage people to experience the entire length of it? And then also, how do we ensure that the quality of the experience is the same, whether you're in Cleveland, Akron, Massillon, or down in Tuscarawas County in Zora, Bolivar, or New Philadelphia. And so that's what we try to balance, all those issues. And our challenge, to be honest with you, is we don't have all the money to do it, and we don't really have any authorities. We do everything through collaborations and partnerships. And we're just so incredibly blessed to have amazing partners at our local government level, state level, and federal level who are incredibly supportive. Everybody from Senator Brown to Commissioner Richard Regula in Stark County. And we do not take that for granted, because they see the connection between resource conservation in the Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail and community and economic development. It really helps us recruit and retain workers, because a lot of the companies like the Timken Company or the Huntington Bank, they will use our materials to recruit workers to come live in Northeast Ohio. And so we don't take that for granted, and we're very grateful for their incredible support.
Yeah, Commissioner Regula talks about it all the time. He's on my show. On Thursday mornings, commissioners come on and they take turns. So he's on every couple of weeks, and it's always, he loves talking about it, as he should, and I think that's a wonderful thing. I think you're right. People need to know more about it, and they need to know the extent of it, because, you can certainly expand your horizons and see more than just a small part of it, when you're taking part in the activities. We're gonna take our first break right now. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the event that's happening this Saturday, the Bike and Brew event, and you're gonna want to hear about this one. This is going to be a lot of fun. The weather's going to be perfect, and again, this is coming up this Saturday. We will continue right here on Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
It's the Kenny and JT Show.
This is Stephen Vogt, manager of your Cleveland Guardians.
This is Evan Mobley from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I'm offensive lineman Joel Batonio.
This is Pro Football Hall of Famer James Lofton. The Kenny and JT Show on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Listen to Sherrod Brown. When he wanted your vote,
on major issues, I'll stand up to the president of my own party.
But Sherrod Brown doesn't stand up to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. He votes with them 97% of the time. Brown supported Biden and Harris on radical issues like amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants. Brown voted to give nearly $1 billion in COVID stimulus checks to convicted criminals in prison, even the Boston Marathon bomber. And Brown voted to give taxpayer-funded health care to illegals who get amnesty, and Social Security benefits too. So the next time Sherrod Brown tells you,
I'll stand up to the president of my own party,
ignore it. Because 31 years in Washington has changed Sherrod Brown. He's not for us anymore, and he's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.americancrossroads.org.
Time is ticking and your dream home's waiting. This is Steve Struckle, mortgage loan originator at the Commercial and Savings Bank. We understand that buying a home can be overwhelming, but with CSB, it's easier than ever. We offer a range of options, whether you're looking to buy, build, refinance, or improve your home. Our mortgage lenders will guide you every step of the way. Visit our website at csb1.com to apply online today and turn your dream into reality. The Commercial and Savings Bank, where homeownership begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
JT again, and if you're like me, always looking to save money at the grocery store, did you know we've got 6 locally owned Save-A-Lots right here in Stark County? Meat, produce, dairy, everything you need, all at Save-A-Lot prices. And now you can download the Save-A-Lot app for even bigger savings, rewards, exclusive coupons, and starting soon, weekly specials that are simply amazing. The app is free, the savings are great, and there's a Save-A-Lot near you. Download it today at savealot.com. That's savealot.com.
Save now on Flexsteel furniture during the Flexsteel Gallery Sale at Casey's Furniture. Hi, I'm Jim Casey of Casey's Furniture, inviting you to save an extra 10% off Flexsteel furniture that's in stock or custom ordered. Save on Flexsteel reclining and stationary sofas, love seats, sectionals, and chairs. Browse freely through our Flexsteel Gallery and see the quality of Flexsteel furniture. Be sure to sit down and feel the comfort of Flexsteel furniture. Our knowledgeable salespeople are here to help you without being pushy. Casey's Furniture, 7170 Portage Street, 2.8 miles west of I-77 at exit 111, the Strip exit in Jackson Township. Enjoy factory authorized savings during the Flexsteel Gallery Sale at Casey's Furniture. This sale ends October 13th. Visit us at caseysfurniture.com.
On the road to retirement or already retired? Celebrate this amazing next stage in life at the Retiree Expo, Saturday, October 12th at Belden Village Mall from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. It's free. Adults 50 and over will enjoy local vendors and resources in recreation, fashion, beauty, health, insurance, home improvement, and more. Then get a swag bag sponsored by SARTA. Pre-register online for the chance to win a tasting tour to the cave at Gervasi Vineyard. For details, go to facebook.com/retiree Expo.
Wax on, wax off. Dad, I'm tired of it. Can I just call Auto Tech Ohio so I never have to wax your car again?
Never wax my car again?
Yes, they have a Shine Plus system that will keep your car looking showroom new, and I won't be spending my time waxing your car.
Are they professionals?
Yeah, it's the same place that window tinted my car. For 40 years, they have been in the auto detailing business.
Wow, stop waxing my car.
Visit autotekohio.com or call 330-837-8820.
Fall is the perfect time to tackle home improvement projects, and Habitat for Humanity Restore can help. With falling prices on furniture, appliances, home decor, building materials, and much more. Visit Restoring Canton to browse more than 30,000 square feet of new and gently used items. And it's simple to donate the items you no longer need with free donation pickup at restoreeco.org. Habitat for Humanity Restoring Canton, the store that builds homes.
The avenue to advanced breast care is just down the street. The path to prevention is right where you live, where the best breakthrough in breast surgeries is fewer of them. Oncoplastics combines cancer procedures with plastic surgery for cosmetic benefits and more natural. You are our focus, and this is the place for advanced total breast care. The Altman Cancer Center, here for you, for more thriving and less driving.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
Well, and welcome back to Spotlight here on 1480 WHBC, also live on Facebook at this very moment. And we are talking with folks from the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition about the Ohio and Erie Canalway and all of the great things that they do, but also an event coming up this Saturday. We have with us this morning Dan Rice. We also have Dominic Flasco with us. Emily's here too, I believe, and bringing them back in. And we want to talk about the event this Saturday, I'm sorry, Bike and Brew. Bike and Brew. Who came up with this one? That's what I want to know. This is a good one. So what happens with Bike and Brew? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's a fully supported bicycle or hiking event down in Bolivar, Ohio, roughly from 10 to 1. So riders or hikers will come down to the Canal Tavern Resort right next to the Canal Lands Trailhead. Like I said, it's fully supported. They can go one of two ways. They can go north to Fort Lawrence or south to State Route 800. Like I said, they can do 6 miles or 12 miles. So they can go either way. When they get back, we have a lot of German food, a lot of Oktoberfest style food and atmosphere for them. We'll have 3 different beers where they have a beer ticket where they can taste 3 or have one of the ones that excite them the most. We'll have bratwurst. We'll have root beer floats. We'll have hot apple cider. I will have veggie cups, potato salad, cake pops, everything you can think of. It's a really good opportunity for people to come down. Maybe the last time that people can ride their bicycle outside. You never know with Ohio weather when their last time is going to be. So it's a great opportunity for people to come down, listen to music. We have a ton of raffles going on as well. So it's a really good opportunity.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, I think Mother Nature is going to be very kind this weekend and give sunshine and some decent temperatures. So getting outdoors, and I believe, and you said you don't have to ride a bike though if you don't want to, right?
Correct. Yeah. And that's a new thing we're doing this year. So you can do a hiking portion. So people can come and they can go north or south, and then they can come in and they can go out for 20 minutes or they can go out for 30 to 40 minutes. So whatever they're interested in, we're happy to support that.
Is this the first time that you guys have done this, or is this an annual event?
Go ahead, Emily.
Yeah, this is an annual event. So I don't have the exact number of years off the top of my head, but this event has been going on for a long time. And it's a fun event. It's a family-friendly event. So we do see a lot of families join us for this one. And we always enjoy it because we get to see the beautiful trees along the trail at this time of year. And again, the Oktoberfest lunch part of the event is a lot of fun for everyone.
Yeah. So when you talk, 6 or 12 miles sounds like a lot, but it's not really when you consider everything you're going to see and do and, the time spent, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like Dominic mentioned, it's really up to our participants how much they want to do. So it'll be 3 miles out to a water stop and 3 miles back to the Canal Lands Trailhead. And then they can choose to go either north or south from there, or just return back to the Canal Tavern Resort, and we'll get the party started with the Oktoberfest lunch.
Okay. So how do folks get tickets, or, how does that all work?
Yep. So they can go online to our website, ohioeriecanal.org/bikeandbrew. They can buy tickets online up until tomorrow, Thursday at 4 o'clock. We also have same day registration. So if they are able to register online before same day, it will be $40 per person. Children ages 6 to 12 will be $10, and children ages 5 and under will be free. Same day registration will be $50 per person.
That should be a lot of fun. And I know that when you're in Zor, you're also going back in time. That's a whole different thing to see as well. So a great place to have it.
And it's really a great way to experience the Ohio Erie Canalway, Pam. You know, you get to really ride along 4 different locks, locks 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then most importantly, it's great quality time with your family, and all the proceeds benefit the continued development and activation and maintenance of the Ohio Erie Canalway and the Towpath Trail and our connector trail. So it's a really popular event down in Tuscarawas County. If you have time, you can also visit the village of Zor, just a beautiful historic village. The Zorites actually built sections of the Ohio Erie Canal Towpath Trail. So it's just a great way to spend a quality family time down on the Ohio Erie Canalway and the Towpath Trail.
And when you head south into Tuscarawas County, you're saying that's where the locks are that you can see?
The locks actually are from, as Dominic mentioned, from Fort Lawrence all the way down to State Route 800. But locks 7, 8, 9, and 10 are literally between the Canalways Trailhead that Emily mentioned and Fort Lawrence.
Okay.
So you literally are spanning the history from the Revolutionary time period up until, the 1900s, basically, because the canal system was still in operation up until 1913, when a very terrible flood basically destroyed the Ohio Erie Canal. And as you mentioned, Pam, I mean, these locks are very robust, built by German and Irish workers. And our partners down in Tuscarawas County Park Department and their volunteers have done a really beautiful job in the past couple of years of clearing away the debris from the locks so you can see them very clearly. There's benches there. But as both Dominic and Emily mentioned, it's not a race. It is just a very leisurely ride, and folks are encouraged to go at their own pace. And last year we learned when we had wet weather, some people just like to hike. So that's why we changed it to bike, hike, and brew. And sometimes, quite honestly, people just come for the brew, and that's okay. They're welcome to do that as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I could see, because, if you feel like you just want to hike it and you want to go a little slower, take a look at the fall foliage, which is expected to be fantastic for us this coming weekend and over the next several. Even if you go for a little bit this time and you want to revisit, like you said, revisit the trail at another time, then certainly this is a good way to get yourself, familiarized with everything that it offers, right?
Absolutely. And none of this would be possible without our sponsors of this event. And I know, Dominic, you have that information if you want to share that to really express our gratitude to all of our sponsors for the bike, hike, and brew, excuse me.
Yeah, just to name a few: Lockport Brewery, Zimmer Biomet, Hammond Tree, Towpath Tavern, Cleveland Clinic, Akron General, WHBC, Zor Guest House, Altman, Tucson, Hoodletown. That's just to name a few. And like Dan said, we couldn't do anything that I'm planning, or Emily and I are playing, or Dan are playing in this event and making it happen and making it great without these sponsors.
All right. And folks can get more information at the website. What is the website, by the way?
www.ohioeriecanal.org/bike and brew.
All right. Very good. Well, we will take a break for our news. And when we come back, we'll talk about more things that you guys take part in the Ohio Erie Canal and Coalition, and also more about bike, hike, and brew, because so much fun to be had this coming Saturday. If you're looking for something to do, go to their website, ohioeriecanal.org. And I know you'll find a lot of great information there. Again, this is Spotlight right here on 1480 WHBC.
Enbridge Gas Ohio. With 175 years experience delivering reliable energy, Enbridge Gas is happy to welcome Dominion Energy customers to their family. Visit enbridgegas.com/Ohio to learn more.
Call Crown Heating and Cooling today. With Crown, estimates are always free. Let them show you how much you can save when you trust the carrier experts at Crown. Call 330-499-4988 or visit them on the web at crowngroupohio.com. Ohio license number 27133.
Tickets are on sale now for Canton Ballet's Eclectic, a stunning fusion of classical ballet, contemporary dance, and live a cappella music by Vocal Fusion. October 19th at the Canton Palace Theater. Get your tickets today at cantonballet.com.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
During Cybersecurity Awareness Month, LifeLock wants to give you helpful tips to protect your identity. Using multi-factor authentication can be a line of defense to help protect your personal information. But LifeLock offers comprehensive protection against identity theft. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise, guaranteed or your money back. Protect your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name, Clay, as the promo code. Terms apply.
You shouldn't have to worry about the safety of your family's water. I'm Vern Dale. For 3 generations, our family at Verndale Water Experts has been working hard to make sure your water is safe, because we are the water experts who care.
WHBC AM 10, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the News Talk 1480 WHBC newsroom, northwest of Akron, a mom says the emergency contact feature on her daughter's phone helped her to get safety. It happened in Fairlawn. The girl says she rear-ended another vehicle, and before she could get to safety, she saw blood, felt woozy, and passed out. Luckily, her phone notified her mom before she could. You can find the emergency contact list in your settings on an iPhone. Once you set them, it'll notify those people if you ever call 911. The family also credits phone tracking for helping the mom know where her daughter was when she made the call. If your Ram truck was manufactured in 2023 or 2024, you might have a trip to a Dodge dealership in your future. More than 129,000 Ram 1500s have been recalled because their turn signals might not function properly. Drivers who own Rams that are affected by the recall should get a notice in the mail. Afterwards, they'll have to take their vehicles to the dealership, and they will replace the entire steering column for free. President Joe Biden is changing his travel plans due to Hurricane Milton. The president was set to travel to Germany and Angola, but will instead remain at the White House to oversee the federal response to what could be the biggest hurricane to strike the U.S. in 2 decades. The president urged anyone still in Milton's path to evacuate, calling it a matter of life and death. And in sports, the Cleveland Guardians are back in action this afternoon in Detroit for Game 3 of the ALDS. Airtime is 2:35 this afternoon. I'm Pam Cook.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's a look at your AccuWeather forecast. The sunshine and beautiful weather is going to continue with a high of 62 for today, dip down to 41 overnight, and then we're back up to 61 for tomorrow. Heading into Friday, we're looking at sunny to partly cloudy skies, a high of 71, and then varying amounts of cloud cover Saturday, 66. You can always get the latest weather news and forecast by downloading our free AccuWeather app. This is meteorologist Jeff Nordine for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
If apartment shopping is on your to-do list, then log into DeVilleAPTS.com and see the award-winning DeVille communities all around Stark County. As the place to be, DeVille offers a wide range of layouts, amenities, and locations. See all the places to be at DeVilleAPTS.com. DeVilleAPTS.com.
DeVille Apartment. DeVille is the place to be. DeVille Apartment.
In his campaign ads, Sherrod Brown thinks everything's pretty funny. But it's not when you look at his voting record. Brown voted to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports. Unfair and dangerous. Brown introduced a bill letting transgender biological men into girls' locker rooms and girls' bathrooms. That's just not right. And Brown supported allowing puberty blockers and sex change surgery for children. Migrants are flooding into Ohio, but Brown voted for government handouts to illegal immigrants and voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities that release dangerous illegal immigrant criminals onto Ohio's streets. Sorry, Sherrod, your seriously bad votes are no joke, and Ohio doesn't think it's funny. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Novellus, the world leader in aluminum rolling and recycling, is searching for you. Current openings include continuous improvement specialist, mechanical engineers, automation engineers, electrical engineers, electricians, mechanics, and maintenance workers. Novellus offers industry-leading pay and benefits. To learn more, go to novellus.com/careers and search Uricksville. Again, that's novellus.com/careers and search Uricksville.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter. You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And welcome back to Spotlight here on 1480 WHBC on this beautiful Wednesday morning. We've been talking about the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition and all of the wonderful events that they take part in, and also just exactly what they are and how you can enjoy the Ohio and Erie Canalway. Bike, Hike, and Brew coming up this Saturday. We have talked about that a little bit. And also I want to talk a little bit more about some of the things, events and things that you guys have besides that. Dan, you do cleanups during the year. There's just a lot of different things that you guys do, right?
Absolutely. I mean, our goal is to engage as many residents and visitors as much as possible. And so that's why we really develop a wide variety of events and programs, and with the particular emphasis on how can families get involved. And so whether it's our canal cleanups, our healthy steps, our bicycling events, our canoeing events, we really try to develop creative ways in which people can connect with the resource at their own ability. Because today, now more than ever, families and individuals have so many things that they can choose from. And so how can we stand out? How can we be relevant? And I'll kind of hand it over to Emily, and maybe she can talk a little bit about, some of our programs, some of the newer programs like our Scenic Byway event that we just, developed over the past couple of years. But then also one of the events that we brought back this year, and because we couldn't do it because of COVID, was our Taste of Tusk event. So feel free to share more about our events and programs, Emily.
Yeah, absolutely. So to kind of go back, you mentioned the Scenic Byway Road Rally event. That took place earlier this year in July. And that actually takes place along the Ohio and Erie Canal America's Byway, which is the road route that follows the towpath trail and the canal. So that's a historic route as well. And we know that there are plenty of people out there who have classic cars and enjoy their classic and vintage cars and like to check them out. So we've kind of combined getting to enjoy the historic Ohio and Erie Canal America's Byway along with a classic car event. And so we usually start here around in Akron and travel south through Stark and Tuscarawas counties. And there's stops along the way. This year, our theme was historic homes. So we stopped at a number of historic 19th century historic homes throughout the Ohio New York Canalway. And I know our participants really enjoyed that, getting to talk to the experts at each location about the historic homes. So that one was great. And then we ended at Hoodletown Brewery down in Dover. So that was a lot of fun for that event this year. And then Dan also mentioned Taste of Tusk. So that's an event, it's a tasting event that we hold down in Tuscarawas County in New Philadelphia at the Kent State Performing Arts Center. And of course, it's a tasting event, and that was really a challenge with the pandemic. So the last time we had done the event was actually in 2019. It was scheduled in March of 2020. And of course, that's when the pandemic hit. And so we couldn't have the event in 2020. So when it felt like it was safe to do so, we brought the event back this year and hosted the event on March 22nd. And we had plenty of wineries, breweries, bakeries, restaurants who brought samples of what they have to offer at their establishments. And we gave people a taste of what they can experience along the Ohio New York Canalway in Tuscarawas County. So that was really fun to bring that event back as well this year.
And those are all fundraisers, right, for you guys?
Yes, these are all fundraising events for us.
Fundraising, but also awareness events, Pam, to be honest with you, because so like, for instance, with Taste of Tusk, when you're out there hiking and bicycling, what does everybody like to do after they walk or bicycle? Go to an ice cream shop, go to a brewery, maybe go visit a restaurant. So really it complements, the different assets and attractions along the Ohio New York Canalway. And that event, for instance, usually attracts about 250 to 350 people. We try to maintain the number of participants because we want to maintain a very high quality experience. But also the Scenic Byway event that Emily talked about. I mentioned earlier about our sponsorships. That event would not be possible if it wasn't without the incredible support of Kempthorne Motors, Skipco Auction, as well as Bell Stores in Summit Racing. And it really highlights a different facet of the Ohio New York Canalway, and that's the Scenic Byway, which is a vehicular route. And then we also have other signature events like our Congressman Regula, bicycle ride.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't, for Mr. Regula, none of this would be possible. So that's why every year it is a family-oriented bicycle event. Bicyclists can ride either 12 miles, 15 miles, 6 miles, or even 32 miles along the Ohio New York Canalway Towpath Trail, starting in Canal Fulton. And that event is also sponsored by the Pro Football Hall of Fame and Ernie's Bicycle Shop. So we really try to partner very closely with our community organizations, our sponsors, and the companies because they're very supportive of the mission of the Ohio New York Canalway.
And you can be a member also, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a number of different membership levels available, everything from $10, $20, $30 up to $150 and $250. So really you can support us annually at whatever level you're comfortable. And with that, you get different perks at the different levels. So at the higher levels, you get complimentary tickets to some of our events throughout the year, but everyone receives our e-newsletter, our mailed newsletter throughout the year, and they really get the in on the information of what's going on with our organization.
Yeah, that's nice and worth it.
Absolutely.
I also wanted to ask you, I saw something on your website, and I forgive me if it's not available, but the Towpath Companion, is that something you can still get?
Yeah, absolutely. That's an interpretive guide to the Ohio New York Canalway and the Towpath Trail. So it really goes into more detail. We have some more basic maps, like our strip map that really is just kind of the mileage, but the Towpath Companion really goes in depth about what there is to see in the area, some historic facts in the different areas along the Canalway and trailheads and places you can visit. And it's a more detailed map of where you can go and what's around. So that is available for purchase either online or you can also come into our office and purchase in person as well. And it's about $20. So I know we have a lot of our members and people who use the Towpath Trail regularly who find that resource very helpful.
Yeah, that's nice to have something, to reference. I know a lot of people, that's an important thing to them, want to see kind of get a good grip on exactly what part they want to go to or those kinds of things.
Yeah, absolutely. And they make great gifts as well. So certainly with the holidays coming up here pretty soon, if you know someone who loves the Ohio New York Canalway and loves to hike or bicycle or wants to get out there and experience the trail, it makes a great holiday gift.
So after the bike, hike, and brew, what's the next event after that?
Yeah, so coming up November 9th, we've got our Apex Skin Towpath Freedom 5K. So a big thank you to Apex Skin for being our title sponsor for that event. But that is a 5K race, and that will be taking place here in Akron at Summit Lake. The Summit Lake Trail was completed last year, so now the trail goes all the way around Summit Lake. It is absolutely gorgeous, and so we're really excited to highlight Summit Lake this year with the 5K. And that is also taking place right around Veterans Day, so it's a Veterans Day race. We will have a veterans ceremony, and also the first 35 veterans who register can register for free.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Is this an annual thing also, or something that you're just starting?
Yeah, this is another annual event. So we've had this going on for a number of years. And we see about 200 people participate in the event each year. So again, it's a really fun one. And we end with hot chocolate and cake pops and lots of awards for our top runners.
That's great. That's great. All right, we're going to take our final break, and we come back. We'll talk more about the bike, hike, and brew. We'll refresh everyone's thoughts and memory about that, and get them ready to get to the website and sign up, and whatever else we want to mention before we finish up this morning. Again, we've been talking about the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition and their bike, hike, and brew coming up on Saturday. It's all right here on Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
AA Hammersmith Insurance Agency, with offices in Massillon and Alliance, and online at aahammersmith.com.
Hi, this is Rhonda from Rhonda's Furniture and Mattress. Remember when people built things that last? Our Amish-made occasional tables and TV stands are quality made and priced right. You'll be surprised at our selection of furniture for every room in your home. From kitchen to the bedroom and everything in between, name brands at affordable prices. Visit us off Route 30 in Dowden or at rondasfurniture.com. That's rondasfurniture.com.
Listen to Sherrod Brown. When he wanted your vote,
on major issues, I'll stand up to the president of my own party.
But Sherrod Brown doesn't stand up to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. He votes with them 97% of the time. Brown supported Biden and Harris on radical issues like amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants. Brown voted to give nearly $1 billion in COVID stimulus checks to convicted criminals in prison, even the Boston Marathon bomber. And Brown voted to give taxpayer-funded health care to illegals who get amnesty, and Social Security benefits too. So the next time Sherrod Brown tells you,
I'll stand up to the president of my own party,
ignore it, because 31 years in Washington has changed Sherrod Brown. He's not for us anymore, and he's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.americancrossroads.org.
There's still time to escape, to beautiful places where leaves crunch like cornflakes underfoot, or wave to you from above, showing off their new colors. Behind them, a cerulean sky serves as a calming backdrop, and choirs of birds commiserate about their future travels south. It's all waiting for you on the lakes, trails, cabins, and quiet getaway places of the Muskingum Watership Conservancy District. Visit MWCD to book your campsite or vacation cabin today and take in the beautiful fall canvas. Nature is waiting.
Hi, this is Jim Snyder of the Your Wealth, Your Retirement program, a financial education show for those seeking guidance. Are you retiring soon? Are you in the middle of changing jobs? Maybe you're just done with all of that risk in the 401k plan and you'd like to have a discussion about an early rollout. Maybe you're 70 and a half and you're in your income phase of your IRA. We can help you with all those. Give us a call at Senior Financial Group at 800-639-0824. That's 800-639-0824.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. Since 2003, we've been slow smoking the best cuts of pork and brisket over real hickory wood. And when you stock your party buffet with Old Carolina, your guests can top their sandwiches, ribs, or wings with a choice of their favorite sauce, like the legendary Screamin' Beaver Hot Sauce. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
During Cybersecurity Awareness Month, LifeLock wants to give you helpful tips to protect your identity. Using multi-factor authentication can be a line of defense to help protect your personal information. But LifeLock offers comprehensive protection against identity theft. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise, guaranteed or your money back. Protect your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use my name, Clay, as the promo code. Terms apply.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America and
Time is up. The IRS is in full collection mode for 2024, issuing liens, levies, and garnishments to anyone who has a past tax debt or unfiled tax returns. Don't wait till it's too late. Your paycheck and bank accounts are at risk of being seized. Call now and stop the collection process today. If you're living check to check, no matter how much you're making, you still may qualify for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax debt. It's just a 5-minute call to get your options, and it's free. If you owe back taxes, have years of unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to sleep better, business or personal, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief while there's still time. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and tough. This veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. The call is free. Call their hotline number now, 800-652-1714. That's 800-652-1714. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-652-1714 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary. Paid for by AMD Financial.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And welcome back to our final segment of Spotlight on this Wednesday morning. Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition. We've been talking about all the wonderful things that they do, and also, of course, about the event coming up this Saturday, which is Bike, Hike, and Brew. And Dan, Dominic, and Emily sharing all of the information with us this morning about all of that. And of course, we want everyone to think about celebrating the fall season coming up this Saturday. So let's give we've got about 4 or 5 minutes left. Let's give another rundown on what's going to happen this Saturday. Dominic, tell us again what we can look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. So down in Bolivar at the Canal Tavern Resort, riders or hikers will have the opportunity to ride 6 or 12 miles. We really want to stress that it is a ride, not a race. Very family friendly. So bring out your family. It's a great opportunity to, even if you're not a bicyclist, you can take advantage of the hiking, or you can even just take advantage of the lunch and the October themed party almost that we're going to give everyone. So don't hesitate to not register if you're not a bicyclist. Just come out, enjoy being with the community, and enjoy the nice fall theme that we'll have for everyone.
All right.
Tickets are $40 for early registration. But if they are not able to do it on early registration, they can certainly do the same day at $50. And children are ages 6 to 12 are $10, and children under 5 are completely free. And all of the proceeds support the continued development, maintenance, and activation of the Ohio and Erie Canalway and the Towpath Trail, particularly down in Tuscarawas County. And there's been a lot of progress we've had there recently, Pam, on the Towpath Trail. And I can certainly give you an update on that if that's helpful.
Yeah, that'd be great. Mm-hmm.
So working in partnership with the Tuscarawas County Park Department, we continue to develop the Ohio and Erie Canalway and the Towpath Trail. Right now, the Towpath Trail extends from Zorville all the way north to Cleveland, a distance of about 90 miles. So 90 of the 101 miles are actually on the Towpath Trail, and is basically a multi-use recreational off-road trail. And so we're working in partnership with our Tuscarawas County partners on the remaining 11 miles, including the city of Dover, city of New Philadelphia, and really under the leadership of Jesse Roedoctor at the Tuscarawas County Park Department. We assisted in the writing of a grant to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and working with them actively on the development of an additional 2 miles of the Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail that we're referring to as the Kimball section of the Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail, because it utilizes a former rail line that runs basically from Zorville all the way down to State Route 416.
Okay.
And so construction is underway as we speak. And we anticipate that sometime in later in 2024 or possibly even early 2025, there'll be 2 new miles added to the Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail for both hiking and bicycling. And, we're just very grateful to our partnerships, the Tuscarawas County Park Department, the Kimball family, and the Tuscarawas County Commissioners for their incredible vision and support. And it brings us one step closer to really fulfilling the vision of Congressman Ralph Regula. And we also have amazing leadership in the city of Dover under the leadership of Mayor Shane Gano, and also in the city of New Philadelphia under Mayor Joel Day. And matter of fact, we meet weekly almost with our partners about the continued development of the Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail, because we really are committed to fulfilling that vision of creating an amazing, equitable and accessible and welcoming public space for everybody.
I love it that everybody is so committed to it. That's a great thing, and they believe in it. So, and Congressman Regula would be just thrilled to see all of this for sure. There's no doubt about it. All right, give me the website one more time so folks can get their tickets and can also take a look around and see what you have to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. So go to www.ohioeriecanal.org/bike and brew.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. A lot of great information. Appreciate it. And I know it's going to be a beautiful day on Saturday.
Well, thank you so much, Pam, and really appreciate the support of WHBC. You've been a strong supporter of the Ohio and Erie Canalway for many, many years. I know you're actually personally a user of the Towpath Trail, and so we're very, very grateful for your support, as well as the support of Altman, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Lockport, the Canal Tavern Azor, and all of our partners, Cleveland Clinic, Akron General, Hammondtree, and the Canal Tavern Azor, certainly, and the Elsasser family. So we're really grateful to all of our partners for our continued support of the Ohio and Erie Canalway and the Towpath Trail.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.